Hi, I'm Robert Reeves. I wanted to share with you in this video just my experience of putting videos on YouTube. I found the whole process to be really challenging and difficult. Now, I'm not talking about the actual uploading process or anything like that, but rather the fact of filming myself and being okay with what I was looking at. I found it to be really stressful and really overwhelming, and it took me a really long time to get to this point of actually uploading stuff onto YouTube. You know, I got the guidance to share this message with you because I think what you'll hear in just a couple of minutes is there's this underlying message that I think a lot of us need to be reminded of. You know, I was getting the feeling that I needed to start putting my stuff on YouTube. I felt that I could be bringing, help and healing to other people that I may not get to see face to face. So I thought YouTube, the perfect avenue to do this. So I went out, I bought myself this fancy HD camera, I downloaded this great editing software, the whole thing, and I set up the camera, I turn it on, and I choke. It's like I'm tripping over my own words, I don't know what I'm talking about, it's all coming out back to front. And I really think that was because I felt it needed to be perfect. I felt like everything I was saying had to be exactly right. It couldn't just be, my feelings or my guidance, which really is kind of silly because that's the whole reason I wanted to do this in the first place. So the thing that I guess was making me the most confused is I've done plenty of public speaking. I've taught many workshops face-to-face with people. I've literally stood on stage and talked in front of thousands of people. I think the biggest audience I stood in front of was just over 2,000 people. And so I was on stage talking confidently, clearly, it was all coming out properly. But then I put myself in this room, and it's just me in here, turn the camera on, and blah. It all disappears, and I become really stressed for some reason. So part of the purpose of this video is to kind of just put that out there so that I don't have to deal with that feeling of perfection. So I sat and I meditated on why this was. Like, why was I feeling like that? And why did I feel that it needed to be, a certain way? And the guidance that I got from the angels was kind of interesting. They said that the reason I was uncomfortable with the video work is because now I had to look back at myself. When I'm standing on stage and talking in front of people, I don't have to look at me. You guys are looking at me, I'm not. But when I'm doing videos, I get to see what I look like. And then I have the opportunity to work with the ego and pull myself to pieces. Oh my god, look how shiny my face is, and oh, the background doesn't look right, and oh, look at my hair, and oh, I should have worn a different shirt. I just pulled the whole thing apart, and literally I took about 50 clips that I just deleted. Because as I say, a hair was out of place, or I said something and had to stumble over my words for a second. We're human beings. We're not made completely perfect, and the real thing that hit me was being reminded by the angels about some guidance that I received working with a client just recently. And with that client, the message that came through was, if you refuse to look at your reflection, you're only denying yourself the beauty that others get to see. So if you refuse to look at your reflection, you deny yourself the beauty that others get to see. And it really comes back to loving the skin you're in. God created us this way for a reason. And we may not know the whole story and the whole plan that He has for us. But we just have to trust. We have to know that at this very moment, we're perfect just the way we are. We have to own that and love it. And then everything is suddenly easier. Look, I'm here on YouTube talking about how imperfect I am. So, wow, what a 360 turnaround I've done. So if I can do it, you guys can definitely do it too. And as I said, I felt guided to share that with you because I think a lot of us out there have that same concern and that same issue. So perhaps just take a moment now to reflect on that message, and if you can, perhaps hop up and go and have a look at your reflection and appreciate the true beauty that you have.